No matter what I do, I still get a shadow. I need to figure this out better. Anyway, so if you looked at the video title below, you probably know what this is about. It's a case unboxing. I'm gonna do it up a little bit different. I used to rate cases. A lot of cases got really similar ratings. I'm just gonna say if I recommend or not. That makes life easier, and then you can just base my gripes off of, you know, if you guys agree with me or not. But without further ado, the Cooler MasterCase, I had to look down for a second. H500. Oh, not sure if you guys can see it. Good labels on the back so you guys can't see where I live, where I don't really care, but eventually if I become famous and popular, you guys may actually start, you know, showing my house. Doubt it, but you never know. Things do happen. This might get blown up all over YouTube, and then all of a sudden everybody subscribes to me. So anyway, so we're gonna take a look at it. I really was actually hung up a different case, but it doesn't come out, actually it comes out I think yesterday at the time of filming this video. But this was a really good price. It was $90 plus tax. It is RGB. It is a little bigger than what I wanted, but of all the cases out there, it fit my price range. And if I went ATX, it wasn't super big. It's a little bit bigger than my S340 Elite, which is, you can kind of see it over here. But I may change out in the future. You know, cases are a hard pick. There's a lot to consider. So let's open up. Let's see what I think about it. So Cooler Master has a lot of cases in the MasterCase series. The problem with some of them is they lack ventilation in the front, and they only have ventilation in the bottom for intake. And for example, you guys remember I did the I think it's the H500 It's over that way. I'll show it to you guys at some point. It was the last case review that I did. It was a $40 case. That had ventilation, but the RGB variant of that particular case did not have front ventilation at all, just in the bottom. People said they liked the case, but the ventilation was really poor. So that's the reason why I would have gotten that case when MATX had that been the case, but then I would have had trouble on the video card most likely. Ooh, I see something I like. Aww. You teased me, Cooler Master. You can't do that. Soft foam, but it's the only thing that's soft foam. I guess these are panel replacements of some sort. We'll take a look, but it wasn't soft foam. It is acrylic of some sort, so that makes sense. This is not soft foam, but I mean, again, I'm not overly critical of that unless you're shipping a case, but you know, you're spending $100. Can you really expect it? Maybe, I don't know. So let's go ahead and pull these handles out here before we flip her over. Oh. And this room is vastly cleaned up compared to the last couple videos. I don't know if you guys picked up on that or not. Oh, I can feel the static just hitting me right now. Oh. Ooh. I can just feel the static hitting my knees. I'm not out of the woods yet. I can still easily get zapped. So let's see what this comes with. So installation information, warranty information. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's not really that big. So that's definitely a good thing. So immediately, something I don't like. Cooler Master, I am sick of these magnetic. They have no tie downs whatsoever. It's fine though. I won't throw a fit over it. I may just remove it, to be honest, but in fact, we're gonna remove it for this review. It's good to include it. I mean, you could glue it or whatever, so not really a big deal. So a couple reasons I went with this, and it looks like I was right. So this acrylic panel probably goes on the front here, if I had to guess. Yeah, I believe so. So we'll take a look here. Oh, phone down. I'm good either way. So here's the reason why I'll consider it. You have ventilation here on the sides, and you have ventilation at the bottom. So we could probably put that on. I suspect this whole thing probably comes off at some point. We'll take a little bit of a closer look here. Now, one thing I do like, this is pretty cool. Let me get my screwdriver out here. Need a flathead. Just be very careful when doing this. It should be Oh, okay, never mind. I was thinking this is a different case. My apologies. So it has 2 on the top. Okay. And then that should, I'll go ahead and turn this so you guys can see it here. These come out all the way? No, they don't, which is good. Cool. Oh, that is a heavy, heavy glass side panel. We're gonna be very careful with this as the screwdriver falls in the ground. What do I want to do with that? I will put this over here for now. So a few things with this case. So these return. These are Cooler Master slide drives. They work fine. I would not recommend shipping a computer in them, at least not without probably putting screws in, 1 screw on each side. But they work fine. I only have 1 3.5-inch drive. These also support 2.5-inch drives, so it's fine. We have a power supply shroud. There's actually a hole right here for PCI Express, so that's good. Something to hide the cables. We have cable routing behind here and right here, so that's good. We have cable routing up here, which is good. We even have cable routing right down here, so this will actually be good for like the front panel and the HD audio. We have 1 rear fan. This is a 120. This is probably going to be replaced with an RGB fan, but for now I'm not going to bother with that. But overall, it's not. It's very. It's a very solid case. It's not super big. I think it's like 19 or 20 inches tall. It's a bit longer than like the Elite, but it is not. I'm kind of eyeing up, and it's really not much taller, if at all. So that's definitely something to consider here. And what's interesting is this actually has pre-drilled screw holes right here down at the bottom and up here for a side panel. So I think they make a regular side panel version of this, so you could potentially, probably, if for any reason you want to get a regular side panel version, it seems to be possible. So there we go. It was actually really on there quite tight. Whoops. So we got a lot back here. So I like the fact that they kind of tied everything together for now. I mean, holy crap, this is a lot of stuff. Ugh. Oh, okay. So one thing I will tell you right off the bat that I did not like with my last Cooler Master case was the screws were not in a resealable bag. I mean, expectations, you're spending $100 that you have something to put them back into. So there's that. We have a twist tie that fell on the ground. But part of this cluster is this. So this is Cooler Master's RGB fan header, which is pretty cool. Wow, there's a lot here. So there looks to be, so you would end up plugging this in, I suspect, here. And then this has to go to the motherboard, which is at the bottom, which is fine. The only thing that's probably gonna stink with this, as I'm untangling it all here, is if I want to do an RGB fan. Oh, okay, so there's enough for a 3rd one, so that's good. So I plan to do 1 more RGB fan, and I'm gonna put it in the rear, so that'll be good. That's all I really plan on doing. This wasn't on all the way. There we go. So that's cool. We have USB Type 3 or USB-C rather. There looks to be, I think this needs to get put together here. I'm gonna have to take a look, but I believe that's what that's for. Yeah, this is a fan header. So all the stuff you need, obviously. There's a lot of room back here. I'm gonna see if I can turn it to you guys and just see, you know, fit my whole hand and then some. There's probably, if I had to guess, a solid inch of room back here, and that's a lot. These are SSD mounts, so you can put the SSD in the front. Oh, this is cool. So you have holes right down here to route your cables. Just makes life easier. Oh, what do we got? We got tie down, tie down, tie down, tie down, tie down. Wow, a lot of tie down. So I really have to say, removable rear, they're not breakaways. I can't really complain. I don't want to give us a 10 out of 10. Maybe the mesh filter will take a couple points off. Let's look at the bottom. Oh, removable dust filter, like would snap in. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Interesting. I mean, that's good stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's like, holy crap, you gotta be kidding me. But yeah, so that's definitely good there. And then actually, I see something that's quite interesting. Let me see if I can show you guys this. Ah, yes. Let me show you guys something here. I know this is a flathead, but it'll have to do. So, this cage removes. And the reason why I want to show you guys that, I don't know how it removes, but does it slide sideways? Take a look around back here. Ah, there's a screw around back as well. My apologies. Let me go ahead and get a straight head for that. I'll show you guys what I see. I could very well be wrong, but yeah. Yeah. So I get for a look at while I'm trying to remove it. Ah, yes. So if you just wanted to put a hard drive here down at the bottom, there's actually rubber stoppers, which they're really hard to see, but there's holes for them. And I believe there's probably rubber stoppers like these in the bag here. So you could actually remove this if you want more of a cleaner look. I'm probably gonna keep this out while I install the hard drive. It actually looks like you probably have to, and what I'm gonna do is I don't lose this here. Looks to be a standard screw, but I don't want to lose it. Put the screw back where it's supposed to be. The reason why I'd rather it up here so it gets cooled by the fans, but probably remove the power supply shroud during the initial install. There doesn't look to be, yeah, cool. So kudos to Cooler Master. A simple thumb screw with really nice, well-designed slots. So I think this is going to be easy to build in. I recommend this case. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. In the next video, you should see, actually, let's not wrap it up. Let's pause. Let me take a look at the front and then we'll wrap it up. I am so glad I paused. I'll show you why. All to remove this has a standard clips right here. And then what you can do is on the inside, you can just push. Really easy. You don't have to like pull hard, pull from the bottom, risk breaking the clip. The whole thing comes out, but up here, and I'm going to have to tilt the camera here, but up here is where all the cables are at. So this thing comes cleanly off. So let's go ahead and get that other panel installed and see how it looks. I gotta give kudos to Cooler Master for making this really easy. So I'm gonna show you guys something here. Essentially, it goes up inside. So what you want is you want the front piece to come through like that. And then it just lays in. And then there is a total of 8 screws that took to remove it. It took no force. So what I did was, once I loosened the screws, I just pushed from the outside very gently, and it came right, popped, kind of, it didn't pop, that's not the right word. It basically, though, came right in for me. So let's go and get this installed, and you guys can see how it looks. You can even see the reflection off of there with this installed. I like it. It was easy to put in. Do note that at the bottom, this piece actually had to come through the front a little, like it does come through the front. You have to line up and push straight down a little bit for everything to get lined up. But I got to give Cooler Master credit. I'm happy. I don't want to give it a 10 out of 10, but I mean, it's a really good case. Real quick, I wanted to show you guys something before we go a little bit further. So here's the bag. It is actually not resealable, but the main bag is. We do get quite a few zip ties with it. We also have a, I guess it'd be like 4-pin, 3-pin, actually it's more of a 3-pin to Molex. And we also have, and I believe we're gonna need this, is for the RGB controller for power. So we do have that as well. So they do give you everything you need. Do note the standoffs are in the bag. So, but overall, no complaints at all. Like the case so far. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. The next video on the chopping block is the build log. Assuming I upload everything in the right order. I do it live, but I prefer to edit them down. Raw footage on build logs usually exceed an hour, and I try to get them close to 25 minutes if possible. So hope you guys like it. I do recommend this case, in case anybody's wondering. I do recommend it. It is a solid case. No problems with it so far. We'll find out. If you don't see a follow-up, that means that it's fine. There's no airflow issues. Everybody's happy. If there is a follow-up, maybe that might change. So stay tuned. But if you liked the video, give it that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it the thumbs down and leave a comment if you guys want to talk a little more. But as always, this is Steve from PC Budget Solutions. I'll see you later on down the road.